Josh George, Week 8, college football predictions coming at you. I was only 6-6 this week. My worst week of the season, maybe my worst week of the entire career. I average around 8-4, 9-3. Sometimes, usually, better than that. So, Thursday night Group of 5 game of the week. Here for Group of 5. James Madison taking on Marshall. Marshall is favored according to the Football Power Index. They have a 59% chance to win the football game. James Madison, however, is 6-0 and has one of the best Group of 5 receivers in all of college football in Reggie Brown, who is averaging 23 yards per catch. It really is going to come down to Jason Samore's defense at Marshall, as he is the defensive coordinator. I think him and the home crowd have a difference, and I'm going to predict Marshall to win this football game. Another fun little G5 game, little rivalry here between the armed forces. Air Force goes to Navy. Air Force leads the series 33-22, and Air Force has won the last 3. Navy, of course, will be extra physical, and Troy Calhoun has passed the ball more than he ever has at Air Force this season. More passing yards makes the difference, keeps Navy off balance. Air Force wins. Now, on to Duke at Florida State. Look, Duke has had a great season. It's a tough environment to play at Florida State, and Florida State is 7th in defensive touchdowns. And I know Travis is questionable with the Duke quarterback situation. Very, very questionable. When you look at the 40 times the talent in rivals, Duke's secondary, slowest secondary in the ACC. The speed of receiver, Florida State wins. Okay, Central Florida goes to Norman to play Oklahoma. Gus Malzahn's going to try to establish the run, get a hat on a hat, as they say, and beat OU with math, and he may be the type to go for it on 4th down. That is where OU struggled in the Red River rivalry game. And where is OU emotional? Well, statistically, OU is 2nd in the nation in turnover margins and 2nd in the nation in total turnovers. So, really good defense because they're 3rd in the Big 12 in rush defense, and the FPI gives the Sooners a 94% chance to win. It's really going to come down to Danny Stutzman and this defense stopping the run, getting off the field, and just where's Gabriel emotionally playing his old team as well. So I've got the Sooners winning this game just because the FPI has such a wide margin. To Minnesota and Iowa, another one. The FPI has a wide margin. They have Iowa as a big favorite. Defense is the most clutch defense in the Big Ten so far. And PJ Fleck usually has an amazing offense, but especially on 3rd down. But this year, Minnesota's only 70. They're 77th on 3rd down in 3rd down offensive efficiency. We went the wrong way. There we go. We got Iowa. I've got Iowa winning and beating Minnesota because they get off the field on 3rd down. Tennessee at Alabama. Alabama is 2-0 in one-score games. Yes, one-score games. That's a touchdown or less. And, of course, Tennessee just won a one-score game. Tennessee has not won this rivalry back-to-back since 2003 and 2004. Alabama leads the series the 3rd week in October, 58-39. Milroe for Alabama has shown some amazing growth. This will be a game where Milton will have to show growth at quarterback for Tennessee to win because of the growth I've seen at Alabama. I think Alabama, and they're at home, a full-throat crowd, as my man Josh Pate would say. Alabama wins this one. Okay, Texas at Houston. Look, 15-second offense, man, played a big role for these two in their last 2 games. Look, Quinn Ewers has talked about keeping this team focused. He's not posting on Twitter like some of his receivers are. Danner Holgerson, lots of offense. A game that you want to take the over for sure because there might be a couple freshman safeties rotating for Texas at defense. But in the 247 composite, Texas is ranked 6th. Houston ranked 49th. I've got Texas going on the road and winning just because Quinn Ewers and the focus and the talent, they put up more points. Okay. Look, North Carolina, I know I've got a lot of North Carolina fans on this channel. Great staff. Guys like Mac Brown, Chip Lindsey, and Tommy Thapin, head coach, offensive coordinator, and defensive coordinator. Going up against another good quarterback for Virginia, Anthony Cordelli. This is Virginia's, they're at home, and this is their back-to-the-wall game, kind of like their must-win if they're going to salvage the season, but I don't think they can do it. I think North Carolina gets this win, and that's, like I said, I'm picking this one because I had a lot of posts about North Carolina this week. Decided to give them the next thing. You want your team in the video? Make a comment about your team. Okay. Michigan State. Look, the Michigan offensive line is leading the Joe Moore Award as far as statistics go, as far as votes go. They're the leaders for that, and they're 12th in rush defense, so they will control the line of scrimmage. Interim head coach for Michigan State, Harlan Bennett, is going to let Mark D'Antonio help his team with fundamentals and try to beat Michigan with P's and Q's, but this Michigan team runs the ball so well and stops the run so well because they can control the line of scrimmage. I think Michigan will beat Michigan State. So, I always like to get an independent in. I got the other two armed forces in, and I think this will be a fun game to watch, Army and LSU. Army has a way of making these games close, like within a touchdown or within 10 points. I think this will be another one. Now, LSU has improved their pass and rush defense. Looked a lot better against Auburn, I will say that. Jaden Daniels is just too big of a star, and I think the rush yards in this game are going to be crazy and insane, though, for both teams, but I think LSU will win the football game. Now, a game that I really could go either way with, USC and Utah. Turnovers are going to make the difference in this game. Grinch prides himself on defense. The two best defensive ends in the Pac-12, I think, both play for Utah, though. So, and Lincoln Riley has not lost back-to-back games. He's only lost back-to-back games once as a head coach. So it's really kind of going out on a limb. I think the defense for Utah, they've beaten USC twice. Beat them twice last year, so I've got Utah winning this football game. I just feel like this is maybe Lincoln Riley's nemesis. We'll see if he loses back-to-back games or him and Caleb Williams get things going with the talent that they have on offense, and if Grinch's defense gets sorted out. Penn State at Ohio State. Drew Aller, the best quarterback in Penn State history as far as caliber goes. Great receiving core at Ohio State, but I think the matchup is Travion Henderson, running back for Ohio State, averaging 6.7 yards per carry, going up against a Penn State defense that only allows 74 yards per game. So, huge matchup. I personally have looked into this. I know that it feels like it's Penn State's year. Everything's coming together, but you're at Ohio State. I feel like the Buckeyes get the win at home in our game of the week. I am Josh George. This was Week 8 College Football Predictions.